three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Welcome to Teaching Crypto. We're back, the duo, MrFOMO joining AZcrypto. Good to see you. No leaky roof, no crazy baseball coach swinging a bat can keep you from joining us today.
Well, the roof, the wall is still leaking. That struggle is still real, but we're getting that taken care of now, so it'll be all right.
Good to know. So if you want to help us out, please hit that like, that subscribe button. We're trying to push to 400. Anything you can do to help us out would be greatly appreciated. We've got some big stories. First of all, really quickly on Voyager, we don't know any more than what's reported. There has not been a new update. All we know is there are bids going through. We don't have any other details about how serious or how close they are. We should get an update soon, and if we do, we'll let you guys know. One major story that I wanted to talk about, MrFOMO, was something that hit just recently today, and that's Binance's role in FTX's debacle. So this article talks Binance role in FTX collapse under congressional scrutiny. I think it's important for our viewers to know that Binance, although it's not in any danger of going into bankruptcy, they're being investigated for a lot of stuff internationally, and they're not thought of very well in the U.S. by the U.S. government. So that's something to keep in mind. I know we've told you BNB is a great grab during the bear, and I stick by that. But if you are on Binance US, even though it's not actually regular Binance, you need to be careful. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say non-financial advice, pull your money off Binance US. As of today, I think it's okay. But as we've seen in crypto, anything can happen. And when it happens fast.
And I don't need an investigation to know that, yeah, CZ was involved in that. I mean, just on the surface, what we saw was he started selling off the tokens. He said that there were major concerns with FTX. His tweets alone carry a lot of weight. How many followers does he have? How many people are on
Millions.
Binance? Right. So you take that, and then he's going to sell off billions in FTX. Then, Sam starts a bank run. Sam has a trouble. He comes groveling to CZ. CZ says, yeah, we'll buy your company. And then the next day goes, nah, we're not going to buy your company.
Well, once he put that tweet out that he was going to sell the FTT token, that was the bank run right there. It was unavoidable. What it did was, if you want to get into conspiracy theories,
playing that game really well all the way through.
If you want to get into conspiracy theories, MrFOMO, a lot of people short the FTT token that made a lot of money. So that's where it gets a little shady, because once he sent out that tweet, people jumped on, they shorted the FTT token, they made some money, they shorted Solana because of the connection with FTX. And what you have is and we didn't know at the time that FTX, I spoke about this last time I went solo, was so far under the red because of all of the fraud. But, you have what you have, and you had BTC go into 15K. And we tell our viewers, I don't think we've seen the worst of it. And add on to some bad news. Today, earlier, we had another exchange look like they're in trouble. And so this one we haven't talked about a lot, but Gemini has halted withdrawals. That's normally not a good sign. Normally, so
and deposits and withdrawals, and their app or Gemini was down earlier today, and that tweet is letting you know it's back on, but you can't put any money in or take any money out. So
they were hit by 3AC, but they claim they were more than capable of surviving, and they have been for a while. But the thing is, you don't know if these companies are insolvent until there's a bank run, right? Crypto.com can yell and scream that everything's okay and they're not in trouble. If and when there's a bank run, you will find out if they really are.
There are a lot of problems with exchanges out there. I mean, Coinbase has had their question marks. Luckily, they're a US-based company and they're audited. You know, but Binance has their own question marks. The BUSD is not audited.
Yeah, I
And
brought
there's
that
a
up
lot of
last show. That's the danger. And I don't think you know this. We haven't talked about it. CZ was in an interview and they brought up the Binance coin. And he got a little uncomfortable because it's not audited. Okay.
yeah.
So he,
I think the chips are going to keep falling here. Because what you saw today is the the FTX polycule contagion, whatever disease they created in that penthouse, has spread now to Genesis, and that's a partner of Gemini. Now Gemini is struggling, and there's going to be more to come because all these companies are linked together. And so now more than ever, I think it's important that you either get a hot wallet or a cold wallet. And if you're going
I think we will do
to
next week a show on Trust Wallet because the benefit of Trust Wallet is you can buy directly there through a credit card, and they do offer a lot of tokens where you don't have to get on Uniswap or 1inch or anything like that. You can buy directly into your wallet. You can put that seed code under your bed and come back in 2024 and make some money. I mean, that's some of our viewers are going to benefit from our mistakes. Not good for us, but good for them. It's the reason why to keep watching.
That's kind of why we do it, though, right? You know, like
Yeah.
I would hate to see, you know, friends and neighbors and people we know and people that are out there, you know, that we can give this information to. I hate to see them fall off that same cliff.
I did want to mention a couple tokens that we've talked about before, and again, not financial advice, but kind of had a quick recovery. One of your favorites, Audius. Now it's at 162 million market cap, and you might say, "Wow!" But earlier this week, did you know it hit 11 cents and it went back up to 14? I jokingly told you a year ago, "What if Audius hit 10 cents?" And you laughed at me like it would never happen in a million years, and it almost hit that 10-cent mark. And it jumped up
And
to
it
4
may
just
still.
like that.
That's the thing. That's the thing about the market today is that it may still get there. There's a lot of question marks out there, not only in crypto but in the macro as well. And so we may still see Audius at 10 cents or below that.
Yeah, but
And
not financial advice, but
I will find a way to fill up a bag of Audius when that happens.
not
So
financial
we'll see.
advice, but Audius at 10 cents, getting to $1, getting back to 1 billion market cap in 2024. Very doable. Very doable. Again, you got to be careful because if you get it on an exchange, you're taking a huge risk. But if you get it on Trust Wallet and you hold on to it and you can hold that money for a year and it survives regulation, that's the other key, then you could be in great shape. So
I just
try to
don't,
give our
I don't
viewers.
think that people realize how important blockchain and music and NFTs are going to be, or music NFTs are going to be moving forward. Everything that Napster and file sharing took away from the music industry and their ability to make money, I think can be reestablished by crypto and blockchain. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see music NFTs.
And
And I think that Audius will remain Audius forever. No, I think eventually they'll be absorbed by a larger company. But
there might
hopefully
be a
that
huge
means,
payoff in the next 18 months.
yes, I honestly do believe that there's going to be a huge payoff in
So
that particular
one
token.
more, because I want to give our viewers a chance to, because some of them have reached out to me and said, they're ready to buy and they're willing to wait a couple years. So I wanted to give them one more here that if you haven't been a long time viewer of our show, VeChain right now is under 2 cents. And VeChain was one of the show's original top picks. We used to celebrate VeChain pumping. Unfortunately, we never really
Well,
actually.
we took profits here and there, but then we
Wow, but
reinvested.
not the big. So if you don't know, VeChain went from under 3 cents in the last bull run to over 28 cents, and right now it's under 2 cents. So again, not financial advice, but could be an amazing buy. One of our viewers is mentioning Ethos, and here's the thing about Ethos. I reached out to the creator, right? Because he's been in some Twitter spaces I've been in. I said, listen, what is the utility of Ethos going to be? And are there plans to make sure it survives regulation? And I didn't get any information back. So, I mean, look, if you were a Voyager user, you can give Ethos your information and they'll do a drop for you. But I want to know for Ethos, what is the utility? Because if you do not have utility, I'm going to say right now, it's going to be harder for tokens in 2024, 2005 to make huge runs just based on speculation. I think you're going to have some, at least crypto utility, maybe not real world utility just yet. Maybe that's coming in 5 to 10 years, but I think the days are probably going to be gone when regulation comes where you can just make a YouTube video and get people excited, and people are going to put millions and millions of dollars into your token. So for ethos to work, Dustin, there's going to have to be some utility. What's the utility? Is it going to help? Is it going to be one of those things where is the ethos going to have an app where you can buy and sell tokens and the ethos token is going to help? Then sure. But if it's just a token, and that's Shingo, all that he does is it's just a token, and he doesn't have a plan for utility, I don't see a future in it. So there's nothing wrong with signing up. You do have to give him some of your Voyager information, but just go in and don't expect anything. If you get something, be happy. That's the way I would look at it.
I think there's still going to be room for speculation in the next bull run, but I think you're right. And even the best speculative coins this last bull run, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, they are, at least gaining partnerships. They're building on top of those, on top of those blockchains. So there's something there. There's utility that's starting to be built into those meme coins that we sort of used to make fun of when they first came out. Then people made money off of them, and then they all died.
And by the way, Dustin, if you do get the free ethos and it does make a run, think about taking profits, because Shingo Levine does have a reputation, not financial advice, of dumping a ton of VGX after he's propped it up. So just be careful. You get that ethos. I may do it. I haven't decided. If it makes a nice profit, don't be afraid to just take it. Ethos is not something I would hold on to for years thinking, oh, this thing's going to explode in 24, 25. It doesn't have a history. We don't know what the utility is. We don't know. And here's the thing. You might be right, Mr. FOMO, but the big key is if regulation comes over the next year, is your token ready to survive regulation in the United States? If it is, you're in great shape. If it's not, and you can only get it internationally, well, that's gonna be tough, because Europe is probably going to follow the U.S. So if you're relying on Asia and Africa and that's it, and other third world countries, no one's going to take your token seriously. It's just going to be what they call, just a crap token. That's the key. That's the nice way of saying it.
In the short term, though, you have to pay attention to the hype that's going around. Are people on Twitter saying things? Are there Telegram groups that are blowing up about it? Is there anything in the news? What's the recent history of the chart? I mean, right now everything's down. So, if you can snag something that you believe has, a bit of a future, then yeah. I haven't heard much about ethos, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but I will agree with AZcrypto. I'm looking for utility. Interoperability is helpful too, but we know that bridges have become a problem for hackers.
I think we're planning to do a Trust Wallet show next week. We'll do a new show. We haven't done one in a while. What coins, if you had the money right now, would you buy, and why? For sure, because I know some of you are now ready to buy, because we're getting closer to 2023, and hey, for a year and a half is not that, 2024 second quarter, that's the next halving. And so if you are financially stable right now and you want to invest, not financial advice, you want to start investing now, now's the time to do it. The time to wait is not 2024 when everyone jumps in second quarter. It's now. Get in early. Again, be careful though, because some of these projects might not last regulation. So someone, Mr. FOMO, you had a friend that randomly bought a token. I don't even remember what it's called.
It was called M Content.
Well, yeah, don't even give it publicity. Probably doesn't even exist anymore. It's probably not even trading. Half the tokens from the last run are not even trading. So that friend of yours, if he's watching, just threw away money. Not that we haven't done the same, but
No, I've done quite a bit of that myself, but you look at my VGX bag.
But that was a real project. That's different.
But hopefully now that this FTX deal has fallen through, hopefully there is some a buyer out there that has plans for VGX, because that would be, that was the original hope, right? Like that's what we were looking for in our buyer. FTX had FTT. They weren't interested in using VGX. Now we know that all they were interested in is propping up their Ponzi, like they did with BlockFi's assets. And so, hopefully, my other question about that is, where was the judge on that? Where was the judge?
Well, he obviously didn't see a full financial audit, and so that's the problem.
I mean, how do you say,
They
like, you're
obviously
sitting in on this
gave him. The judge
bankruptcy?
obviously was getting financial information that was not true. Okay.
And that's another, is there going to be an extended investigation through that? Because you obviously aren't going to side with a company that has 7 billion in the hole, right? They had 1 billion
But
in
no one
assets
knew.
and 8
They
billion
cooked
in
the books.
liabilities,
They
right?
cooked
They
the
were
books.
propping up this huge Ponzi. And so my concern is, where was the judge on that one, and what steps is the UCC and the judge and everybody else going to take moving forward to ensure that they are getting the right financial information? Because
Yeah.
that's we dodged a bullet on that one. And hopefully the next player to come along isn't some other pirate of unregulated industry that's just going to take our money to prop up their own Ponzi.
Well,
You
we
know,
will keep
I,
you
I
guys.
agree with you that Chapter 7 might be the best way at this point, just to give me my value back and get me out of this ridiculous mess.
We will keep you guys updated. You could really help us out by getting to 400 viewers. Hit that subscribe, share, hit that bell to know when we're going live. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. You guys have a great day.
See ya.